All right, I believe. Yep, we are streaming now. We did not plan to stream tonight. We thought we'd just record it and put it out tomorrow like a normal podcast, but it's a rain delay. So we figure you guys are probably like us waiting for the game to get started. So we figured we'd go ahead and go live. You ready to go, Matt?
Yep, I'm ready.
Behind home plate, we bringing it to them all day. All day. Yo, what's up? Welcome to Birdland. Win or lose, we bringing it to you always. Always. Yo, what's up? Welcome to Birdland. Orange or black, we rebuild the pack. No matter where we at, you know we coming back. Section 336, we on this, so tune in. You know what's up? Welcome to Birdland. Yeah, yeah. Welcome to Birdland. You know what's up? Welcome to Birdland. Birdland. Now, here come the boys from Section 336.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Baltimore sports fans of all ages, welcome to Section 336, Next Generation of Baltimore Sports Talk. I am your endearingly stuttering host, Matt Soroka. As always, I'm joined by the button lover, Josh Soroka.
Hey, Matt. How's it going?
Good. So you made it safely back to Florida. It's good.
Yeah, it was nice to go up this weekend, see some baseball, and made it back just in time to wait out a rain delay, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Josh and I were fortunate to be able to go to opening day where the weather was great, and to go to Saturday night's game where the weather's once again fantastic. The play on the field was not as fantastic, but the weather was at least fantastic for the games we attended.
You know, I think right now at the top is a great time to thank our Patreon people, because how excited were you at? I think it was probably Saturday's ball game where I told you about a sponsor that wants to come back on board.
Yeah.
And then I told you, but I turned them down. You were pretty excited I turned them down because of the Patreon members.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was a sponsor we've done before that we did not want to do again.
Yeah.
So it's wonderful that we can have great Patreon members supporting us so that we don't have to do ads.
So instead of the old slogan, I'll say your co-host will thank you.
Yes, you will thank me. And so anyway, section336.com, click on the support tab if you want to check us out, if you want to support us, any of that stuff.
Yeah, and it's cool. It's part of the larger community that is Birdland's sports. And this has been going to – I have a bit of an echo. Do you hear that echo? Is that just on my end?
I
hear an echo.
All right. Let me see if I can turn off the echo for you.
Yeah.
And not kill our stream.
Okay.
So
wait. Okay.
Did the echo go away?
I don't know. Yeah, I think it did. Yeah, it went away. Did you do nothing?
I did. No, I fixed it.
Okay. No, but go to the game. It reminds you of the Patreon. Go into the baseball games again. Being around other Oriole fans, even if we're separated by a bunch of seats with zip ties.
Yeah.
Just the idea of being around other people and being in the stadium, it's different than just interacting with people on Twitter or whatever. Well, so it's nice for the community of Oriole fans to get together again.
Well,
in stadium.
Opening day, pregame, Bert and I got downtown way too early. Hey, I found the echo. There we go. Bert and I got downtown way too early, and we didn't know what to do because Camden Yards didn't open until like an hour before game time.
Yeah.
So we went down and had lunch at the Pratt Street Ale House, which I've never been to before. It was a fine establishment. But we spent probably a good hour there just hanging out, catching up. And then as we were leaving, ran into a 336er.
Yeah.
So I don't remember your name, but thanks for stopping us and saying hi and asking where Matt was and all that. It was good to see you. And then we had a awkward 336 moment on Saturday night because you and I were just confused. And I apologize because I feel like we should have asked this guy's name, but I was so confused at the moment that I didn't put two and two together that someone would recognize us from the podcast. Why don't you share about this moment, Matt, Saturday night?
Oh, it was fine. It was fine. But I mean, we were talking about it, how just, and part of it is the masks thing where we don't recognize anyone. I barely recognize Bert when I sat down next to him, which probably just means I don't hang out with Bert enough either. But the mask thing makes things hard. And so, yeah, I mean, we appreciate. He walked up and asked if he could take a picture, And I was like, I thought at first because he's standing in front of us, he meant like of the field, so he wouldn't block our view or whatever.
I thought
I'm like,
he wanted
to take a picture.
I thought he wanted me to take his picture.
Okay.
Because he wanted the field and the warehouse and all in the background.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was going on.
Yeah, but no, we've had like it's not, and it's just funny. It was a little bit awkward, but we've had so many. I feel like we could go down and make a list of awkward encounters, whether it's wanting our autographs, whether it's bringing coconuts into the stadium, whether it's weird pictures. Like we've seen it all in our time at Camden Yards.
And here's the problem: it's not you, the listener, that's awkward. It's us.
Yeah,
we don't know how to handle these situations.
Right.
We did this talking into microphones, and the reason we managed and it is because we were talking to brothers. It's the two of us who've known each other our whole life. We don't know how to always interact with the masses.
Yeah, and listen, that's if you think we are some incredible social creatures, that's your fault because we're freaking doing podcasts, and podcasters should be known for their social awkwardness or whatever. And so if you think we're socially smooth, that's on you.
I believe the comment was, "You guys are celebrities. Don't you get pictures taken all the time?"
Yeah.
It's not the case, but we appreciate all of them. And please keep coming and asking us.
Yeah. Yeah, but I would say, we've had a ton of great interactions though in our time going to the yards, and people recognize us for 336. And so that's really cool. And every time, because I think part of the weirdness is too, because every time I'm surprised that there's someone else. Like, okay, if someone we know and we meet up with them, that's one thing. But when someone new comes, I'm always surprised that, oh, that's another listener. People, part of it is just my surprise that people listen.
Right.
And part of it is that we're just, weird dudes. And part of it is that like everything's weird, right? Because how you gonna take a picture with someone and you gotta stay 6 feet away and everyone's wearing masks. And so part of it is, not to excuse my social awkwardness and say I would be super normal, but part of it is like, these are just weird social times that we're living in right now.
Right. But please continue the awkward moments.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. We want to meet you all. Just let us know that you're a listener before you ask to take the picture.
No, I don't care. Like, embrace the awkwardness. You can just come up, sneak up behind us or something. Whatever. It's all good.
I like the creep photos, and then you tag them on Twitter. I saw Josh and Matt, and you don't tell us you saw them. You just post a picture to the internet saying, "Hey, I saw Josh and Matt," and you tag us.
Yeah,
that's my favorite.
Yeah, that's like see Adley Rushman a restaurant.
Exactly.
That's what I'm doing.
Exactly.
Yeah, but no, it was Josh. What were your impressions of opening day? The situation with 11,000 fans. Like, what was your experience? What was your expectations? Did it meet your expectations?
I had a little sneak preview of this. Remember, because I went down to Ed Smith for a game, so I got a little sneak preview of the Orioles process and masks and all that. The Orioles did great. They did a great job handling all that. Concessions was a big problem on opening day. They seemed to get it straightened out by Saturday night.
The zany one was ticked. The zany Bert Rhodey was not happy.
I'm pretty sure he missed half the game.
He left in the third inning for a beer, came back in the sixth inning with 2 beers. Yeah.
Everything exciting that happened in that game, he missed.
Yeah, well, it was both of us, right? Because was that the game where Manager Hyde was tossed? Yeah, and I left to get a beer, and he was tossed, and So the concessions was a bit of a nightmare because credit machines weren't working, and it's credit card only, and then a bunch of kiosks were shut down. There's long lines, and so that was a mess. But everything else was great.
It was interesting because since Bert and I got downtown super early, we got to see that a lot of the ushers and like stadium workers didn't show up until like 30 minutes before they let fans in. So I wonder how much of that was like training them on the new system or anything.
Right. If they didn't train prior to that. Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's a good question. And then, it was the first game of the season for everybody. And when you're not only the first game, but when they're obviously using a new system or something.
Yeah. And some surprises definitely at opening day. I think we were surprised. Here's what I don't like.
The orange carpet.
The COVID stuff. Huh?
Okay. The orange carpet. Are you going to talk about the orange carpet? There's no orange carpet? Or no,
Okay.
Ryan Wagner. Oh no, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Wait, I'll let you go. Where
I
you
know
gonna go?
these are both good things that we can get to. The Oriole bird stuck in what they're now calling the
The Oriole
bird's
bird
nest,
wasn't wearing a mask. Oh, yeah,
which
yeah.
I didn't think. Has the rooftop bar been called the bird's nest before, or is that just something they're calling because the Oriole bird's there?
Oh, that's news to me. I just thought it was a rooftop bar. I didn't know it was. This is the first time I'm hearing the term
Okay,
bird's
I
nest.
heard it called the bird's nest,
Okay.
which is a cool name for a
I like the
rooftop
bird's nest.
bar. I
Yeah.
like it. I hope
Yeah.
it stays.
Yeah.
But I don't like them keeping the Oriole bird. I don't think there would have been any harm in the Oriole bird being on top of the dugout.
Yeah. Well,
So I guess the whole thing is to keep people from running up and touching the bird. I guess.
yeah, and people congregated near the bird too.
Right.
I think they
guess.
tried to. That was the flag court was shut down. The rooftop bar
Yes.
was shut down.
Don't like any of that.
Any type of area where I think people can congregate, they shut down. Which
Right.
you're not a fan of. I'm completely okay with it. But
I mean-
it was clear that like steps were taken, and I think this is where the breakdown comes for you a little bit. Is that we're beyond COVID measures. I think they do some of these things just to put people's minds at ease when they go
Yes.
to the game.
Right, because they
Which
want to
is fine.
sell 11,000 tickets.
Yes, because they want people to feel comfortable coming. Yeah.
And I think Saturday night not being a sellout kind of showed you that there's a lot of people still not comfortable in going to the games with either they're not comfortable with these restrictions or they're not comfortable going out yet into a large group.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. I mean, it's been like that. I remember walking down Utah Street and was like, "Oh crap! Like this is the first time, in over a year that I've been around this many people."
Yep.
And it's kind of a weird feeling. And yeah, even me being vaccinated, and it made me slightly uncomfortable being around these unvaccinated swine. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you, if you want to go somewhere where it's like back to normal, go to BWI. So many people just bumping into each other and shoulder to shoulder and crowded. There's taking no restrictions over there. They got the stickers on the ground and they're just all worn out and no one's paying attention.
Well, yeah, and also I would imagine like already someone who's willing to travel is someone probably less concerned, right? Like if you're going to
Yes.
travel,
Yes.
you're probably already living a more
But that's-
liberated lifestyle.
That's also the same with people that are coming out to the ballpark and stuff.
Sure. It's not the same as traveling, but yeah,
No, it's
I
not.
get it.
But but I appreciate the Orioles. Come on, they let fans come in to watch baseball. We went
Yeah.
a year without that. So
Yeah.
I'll go, no problem wearing the mask the whole game. Whatever they want to do, whatever it takes to get us back in there.
Yeah, like I saw some dude when I was walking in, like giving the usher a hard time with the mask. I'm like, dude, I don't care if you like the mask or not,
Right.
but dude, you get to go watch baseball. It's just like I mean, if they want to put me in a whole freaking bubble, I would sit I would be bubble boy for the entire game if it means I get to see a baseball game in person.
Yeah.
So I don't get the animosity towards that. The ushers are just doing their job, get off their back. And but yeah, I thought for the most part, everything went well, and it was a good experience. And you should go to a game.
I thought about the orange carpet thing and I realized the reason they didn't do the orange carpet down center field is because they always line it with kids. So they couldn't have all those kids holding the flags. So that would be
you can't
one
have the
reason
orange
to not do
carpet
it.
without kids.
Well, it's a really long way for them to run, like all by themselves
Yeah.
with no festivities.
Yeah, and it was
So
a
I
little
think-
different in that Jim Hunter in the past, right? For the past, I don't know how many years he's done the emceeing for opening day.
Yeah. Who was it? It was Rob Long.
And Rob
Right.
Long did this time, yeah, from 105.7, yeah.
Yep. And how about that national anthem?
I thought it was
Yeah.
I have no
was-
thoughts. I know people get caught up in national
That
anthems
was the
and
worst
announcers.
national anthem performance I've ever heard.
Okay.
It was twice the length of a normal national anthem, and she missed the line.
Okay. You see, and that just goes to show where my mind's at because
You don't care.
I didn't even register. I hit my O. Every time I hear the national anthem, all I think about is the time we went to go see that Jackie Robinson movie 442 where dad shouted "Oh" right in the movie theater, which is funny during the national anthem.
Right.
But he shouted at the wrong time.
Yes. If he would have hit it at the right time, the theater would have laughed.
Yeah.
Instead, he said it at the wrong time,
Which
and
was
it's
an
just
awkward sounds, except for us cracking up laughing. Yeah,
Right,
so
right.
that's all I can think about every time I hear the national anthem. So I really wasn't paying attention to the length or to the minute. I didn't have any bets on the over under. So
Yeah.
it's fine.
Anyone who did not make it out this weekend may, for some reason, have not seen any news to know that Ryan Wagner is no longer the PA announcer.
Yeah, there's now. I guess she was at Bowie,
Right.
and now is the interim. But I don't know. I don't know if they're holding
she's
tryouts.
filling in, and they
Yeah.
haven't said their plans.
Yeah, so she could be filling out for a while.
Right, but Bowie is going to need someone next month. So,
Oh yeah, that's true. What happens when? When
I like the
Bowie's
suggestion that Chris Davis comes and does it.
Yeah,
Since we're
like
paying him.
I'm a fan that Chris Davis should be doing something. I don't know if that's concessions or if it's announcing or if it's like running out balls to the umpire. But dude, we're paying him a lot of money.
I do like the
he
bat
should
boy
be
idea.
doing something.
I like the bat boy idea. Takes balls to the umps, cleans out the on deck circle.
I mean,
goes
I
and
bet
gets the equipment.
Yeah, I mean, if you put him on the ground screw or something, throw him on the ground screw. Have him pull out that tarp.
He could pull that tarp out all by himself.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Better than the whole Nationals crew can do it. So
Yes.
yeah, I'm a fan of whether it's Chris Davis PA announcing
Right.
or something else. Like we're paying the dude, have him do something.
Yeah, like a normal job. If you cannot fulfill your position, they demote you to another position that you can. If they don't want to fire you, if they're nice, they just demote you and you start taking out the trash.
Yeah, or if it's like the education system, they just they just promote you because you're part of a union and can't be fired. So they just promote you to some board position. But
now you're talking more realistic situations.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Chris Davis maybe he can work in the GM office or something. I don't know. But yeah, there's no sign. By the way, let's just Chris Davis update. When was the last time you heard anyone mention Chris Davis's name?
No idea.
Yeah.
Since he went on the 60-day, I don't think there's been any word of Chris Davis.
Where he just tweaked his back in a swing, and the dude has gone freaking MIA. That's just bizarre to me. I know back injuries can linger. DJ Stewart's hamstring injury lingered for a while. I hope Austin Hayes comes back after the 10 days is up, but those things can linger. But it's just weird. But all right, let's just ignore it and pretend like there's no issue here with Chris Davis.
I mean, the truth is there's no spot for him in this lineup. So there's no way, like they have no reason to bring him up. So to let him just disappear is helpful to the Orioles.
I know, but here's my hot take. Chris Davis could play right now as well as I would say half of our Orioles team.
Yeah, we are. And we got to talk about the strikeouts.
Yeah, yes. We're setting records even without Chris Davis. That's, I think, for me, the most remarkable thing about our strikeout record is like 91 times in 7 games, all without Chris Davis. That's what no one's talking about. We're doing this. We're setting records without Chris Davis. No one thought we could do this. No one thought we could do this without Chris Davis. They thought, to do that, you have to have Chris Davis bat leadoff, getting all those at-bats. We say no. Without Chris Davis, we will set records. Let's go.
All right. Yeah.
Records
so
for
I was
strikeouts.
looking. Yep, I was looking, and if Chris Davis 60-day DL started on opening day, then that would mean May 31st homestand with the Twins could be Chris Davis Day.
Okay,
bring him back.
See, I don't know how that works though. Because they put him on before the season started, they put him on 60-day DL. So did that clock start before the season started or no?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how that works either.
I don't know. I also assume that if you go to the 60-day DL, you're going to go to play in the minors or something for a little bit.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah, let's do some rehab stuff.
So I just, but yeah, if the Orioles season continues how it's been going, you might as well bring them up in June.
Oh, because if we continue to play one game under 500, tied for second place in the AL East, I think we should just throw in the towel.
Well, we've won one game in the past week.
Yeah, hey, listen, I told you about the Yankees series. We need to win one out of 3, and we won 1 out of 3. So I was really happy about that.
Yeah, but this weekend to get swept by the Red Sox, big disappointment.
You see, I think, and here's I don't know, I didn't want to jump right into this, but well, first of all, before I get into this whole Red Sox,
well, then don't jump right into it.
Are there any other observations? Like, I have one more observation from watching games in person on opening day on Saturday night, and that's I thought fans were super into the game. Like I thought both Saturday night and Thursday night, like fans were into it.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't need the freaking Oriole bird to tell them when to clap or when to cheer. I thought they were kind of into it, and so
I was surprised with the amount of Red Sox fans on Saturday night.
Okay,
I thought it'd be a little lower because of the restrictions on tickets.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, fans were into it, and Saturday night we got to see extra innings with a man starting on second, so that was fun to see in person.
Yep. Yeah. I agree. Any other takeaways from in-person games?
I think that's all the takeaways that don't have to do with stuff on the field, because that's what you're looking for. You're looking for fan observations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, it's all good. 11,000, 9,000 something for Saturday.
Yep.
No issues with parking thanks to the low numbers. It's all good.
Yep.
I'm happy to see baseball. Can't wait to come back in about a month for some more baseball.
Yeah. And I just had the small parking issue. I don't understand the signs in Baltimore, but it's okay. I'll get past that. You think I'm an idiot?
You're an idiot.
Anytime I see a sign with towing anywhere, I don't understand it. There's just so many words on the sign. Just say, can I park there or not?
Matt would not park on the street because it said no parking, stadium event, January 17th, 2020.
I don't know. Does that mean when you can park? Is that mean what you can't park? I don't know what that means.
It's very. And
then
clear.
under there it says, you will be towed. And so I'm not gonna take the risk.
All right. So do you have another observation before we actually talk baseball?
No. But here's what I want to say about the Orioles and Oriole fans. And I was just being on Twitter, listening to freaking Ken Weinman and Jason Lockenpaka. I want to say this, make this point. You guys got to pace yourselves. Like you Oriole fans, you have to take a deep breath and like pace yourselves. We got freaking 162 games, guys. You can't have a heart attack after one series when we ran into, and I think this had a lot more to do with the Red Sox just freaking on fire offense because they're crushing the ball. They've won every game since they got swept by us, and they're crushing the ball. And so I think this has more to do with the Red Sox and they're playing, and we just kind of caught them at a bad time here. But no, I'm not. I mean, I saw people saying Cesar Valdez has got to go, Ruiz has got to go. Everyone just chill out.
There's a lot of people.
We're a week in here.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm seeing a lot of people who seem to not understand how a rebuild works, and like upset that the Orioles like aren't winning all these games because we got hot in Boston. They suddenly think that they really think we're going to finish the season in first place.
Yeah, and I don't know, like if you ask them that, like they would say no. Like I have a realistic kind of understanding of where we'll be, and like we were super optimistic and we picked them to win games in like the 70s, like the low 70s. And we're like super drinking the Kool-Aid. So even us drinking the Kool-Aid, we don't think they're going to be a 500 team or make the playoffs, but we just think they're going to be better than people think.
Yes.
But I think like these Oriole fans recognize this, right? They recognize they're going to lose 60 or 70 games. But then in the game, they freak out. Like this notion that Ryan Mountcastle should never play left field again because he had 2 bad games is such a myopic view to take when you got to look at next year and the year after, and you have to find out, can Ryan Mountcastle play left field? And if you decide that you want to put him at first base, or if you want to put him at DH, but Josh, you said it before, to put a rookie at DH and kind of set him up for his career to be at DH, you can't plan on him being only a DH for the rest of his career. Like he has to be able to play somewhere else. And now is the perfect time to kind of play with that a little bit.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Because clearly when you've got Austin Hayes, Santander, and Cedric Mullins, your hottest guys on your team, all available, that's going to fill up your outfield. You're not going to put Mountcastle out there.
No.
So, and I'd say even now, when Stewart's back, Stewart was having a really good spring. So you want to see Stewart get some action. So you don't want to give up that spot to let Mountcastle develop.
Absolutely.
So I'm not saying bench him for the outfield because he had 2 bad games, but I'm saying right now there's better opportunities and guys that you want to see out there that are more the future of this outfield. So I don't want to limit their playing time for Mountcastle to develop.
Oh, absolutely. And that's why, like you mentioned, DJ Stewart, I think it's a really interesting one because DJ's like Ryan Mountcastle, we know he's going to be part of the 2023 World Series. He might even be the MVP. But for DJ Stewart, we don't even know if he's going to be on the roster next year, right? Like he has not proven. So I'd rather have DJ Stewart play freaking every single day in left field so we can see DJ Stewart a major league player or not.
And it's all these guys. Santander, you want in every game because you want to trade him. Yeah. You want to see if he's for real and get the most value for him. Mullins, you want to see if this short, amazing start that he can have, is he really putting his foot down as I'm the center field of the future of this team? And when Hayes is back, you want to see, can he be healthy enough to be a reliable outfielder on this team?
Yeah, and I think Ryan Mountcastle playing DH the last few games has more to say about wanting to see DJ Stewart in the outfield and less to say about they don't want to put Ryan Mountcastle ever again in the outfield. Because I have a hard time believing at 24 or at 24, whatever Ryan Mountcastle is, that you're just resigned for him playing the rest of his career only at DH.
Be honest, before they put Mountcastle in the outfield, they knew he was a downgrade in the outfield. Yeah. But they want him. They're trying to plan the future because last year he batted .333.
Yeah.
And it was a short season, but he still batted .333 in 126 at-bats. Really, really slow start this year. So they got to get that going. But still, it's something where they got to see Mountcastle as well.
And I think if you don't, and I think there's a connection here between his rough play in the outfield and his rough batting, because I just think they're human beings, and anyone who's played professional sports or baseball knows that the way you're playing on one side of the field can mentally affect how you're playing on the other side of the field, right?
Right, totally.
Like I think we saw the one ball that dropped in front of him that had like a, I don't know, 0.03 like expected batting average, was a ball he was just nervous to go get. Like, and so he just played on the bounce because he's hesitant, because I think he's struggling. So you tend to be a little bit reserved.
And if he overcompensates on that and slides or something and misses that ball, then it's way more damage than playing it off the bounce.
Right. But I think if he would have ran, he could have caught it without even diving.
Yeah,
that's probably what he was thinking about. But last year, I thought he played better than most people thought in the outfield. Yes. And this year, he has 2 bad games, and people want his head. Like, everyone chill out. It doesn't even matter. Like, yeah, he probably cost us the game. He almost cost us that extra inning game that we came back and won. But in the end, it doesn't matter that much, because what's more important is we figure out this year if he can play left field next year. That's more important.
If you want to crucify Mountcastle because of those misplayed balls in the outfield, then you got to get rid of your first baseman and your second baseman for that stupid pickle play on Saturday night where they let the guy score.
Yeah, it was bad.
You get that guy, you don't let that guy score, and you don't go to extra innings, and you win that game. Yep. It's as simple as that. And then Sunday to have that stupid play where you're in the shift and both guys miss the ball, and then you overthrow it home so a guy can score. It's stupid plays like that we're going to see this year, where hopefully everyone's learning so that you don't see this type of stuff next year.
Yeah, well, I hope we don't see that stupid play we saw yesterday with the route, with the bobble and throwing over the catcher's head. I hope we never see that play again.
It looked like a bad softball team for a moment there.
Yeah, but hey, we won. We almost won that game on Saturday. Like, I thought we were going to win that game on Saturday.
We gave it away.
And if we would have won that game, that means we would have won. I don't know. We would have swept Boston and then took one out of 3 from Boston.
And 1 out of 3.
That been 4 out of 6 from Boston, which would have been fine. And taking 1 out of 3 from the Yankees, I would have taken. And so I'm okay with us being second place in the AL East. I know a lot of people are unhappy with being second in the AL East. I'm okay with second in the AL East.
You realize that everyone is second in the AL East.
Yeah, I know that. You could make the same argument that we're last. I'm just looking at the standings, and it has us right below Boston at 4 and 5.
I think the hilarious part or sad part is that right now our run differential is -9, and the Red Sox run differential is +15. When we went out of Boston, those were reversed.
Yeah, that's funny.
When we left Boston, we had a double-digit run differential. So it shows you how much things can swing early in a season.
Yeah, I mean, we're 9 games in a 162 game season, and like Buck Showalter always said, like there's enough games where your true colors will show, right? Like you're not going to sneak up on anybody. You're not going to accidentally win 90 games. Like it just doesn't happen. The games,
Nope.
There's too many games. It's not like the NFL where you can get lucky a few games and sneak in the playoffs.
Yeah, some will say the Nats got lucky at the end of that season and got into the World Series.
Okay. But you still have to play.
Yeah, they got hot at the end.
Yeah, you still have to win all those games. So yeah, I think we're going to find out how good the Orioles are. Now, for me, like my takeaway after the first 9 games was, man, our offense is a lot worse than I was expecting. And maybe it's just a rough start where a lot of guys are not playing well at the same time.
Yeah.
But can you imagine where this offense would be without Cedric Mullins right now? He is literally the only thing making us go. And he is, by the way, right now one of the top 10 players in baseball for the first 9 games of the season, according to WAR and all that other stuff.
I mean, he is. He's having an unbelievable start. But this offense did score 9 runs on Sunday, 4 on Saturday, 3 on Thursday. They were only shut out 1 game so far this year, which was that Sunday against Monday against Montgomery in New York. So the offense has been scoring runs. Just they haven't been able to play enough defense and pitching to win these games.
Yeah. But some of the strikeout numbers.
The strikeouts across baseball, I believe it's 25 or 30% strikeout rate to at-bats, which is horrendous. For the Orioles, at one point, it was about 48%.
Yeah. And you look at guys like how can that be close to 50%? Well, you look at guys like Ryan Mountcastle, who's had 38 at-bats and 17 strikeouts. So almost half his at-bats have been in strikeouts.
Yeah.
You look at Freddie Galvis, who's had 32 at-bats and 13 strikeouts. Ruiz, 32 at-bats and 12 strikeouts. My boy, Ramon Urias. And by my boy, I mean a guy who I can't believe he's still on this team. Ramon Urias has 7 at-bats, 5 strikeouts. There's only 2 at-bats where he's not struck out, which is insane.
Right. The 3 home games, they struck out 14 times, 10 times, and 10 times.
Yeah.
As a team. That's more than a strikeout in it.
Yeah. I mean, the first week of the season, they had 91 strikeouts the first week of the season. So yeah, that's 91 strikeouts in 7 games is unheard of.
Yep.
Terrible. And part of that was against Garrett Cole, but he only pitched one of those games with all those strikeouts. Other guys pitched the rest.
Right.
So that's beyond that's concerning, right? That's concerning that you're striking out so many times. And then you take it to the next step and look at batting averages, right? Like you look at Trey Mancini batting 189, Santander 219,
Right.
Franco 229, Mountcastle 184, Ruiz 125, Galvis 156. These are all starters, people.
None of that's good.
Cisco 167, Urias 143. Like just so many. And the heart of our order, right? That Mancini, Santander, Ryan Mountcastle. Like you say those 3 names, Mancini, Santander, Mountcastle. You can throw Franco in there if you want to. And they're hitting 229, 219, 189, and 184. Like that's not going to win you baseball games.
Of course not. And that's the problem. You can put up all those runs, but you're not going to get any momentum with strikeouts. Strikeouts are the biggest momentum killer because you don't even move anyone around the bases. So it's definitely something that the Orioles got to work on. Unless suddenly Chris Davis, we got him a new job as hitting coach. I'm not sure what's going on because even guys like Mountcastle, one thing that he was good at was not striking out before. And we had guys that were more patient at the plate, and they're not patient at the plate this season.
Well, and part of it is like Ryan Mountcastle. Clearly, people have made adjustments. I swear, every time you look at Ryan Mountcastle, it's 0-2. If you go up and blink or walk away or something, you come back, it's 0-2. Ryan Mountcastle lives at 0-2. It's hard to be a good hitter when you live at 0-2. And I know I've heard they're throwing a lot more off speed to Ryan Mountcastle. I haven't really studied his at bats that much, but I heard like he's a good fastball hitter. So they're throwing a lot more off speed stuff that compared to last year. And you know how these nerdy teams are. Like they have all the info on you. They know your strengths. They know your weaknesses. And so especially for a young hitter, like it makes sense that there's a bit of regression, and now he has to make the adjustments. But I mean, you can't say the excuse for Freddie Galvis, who's a veteran, or Trey Mancini, or Santander, or Franco. Like they've been around enough to be able to know, kind of,
now
everyone knows them.
Right now, they've also gone up against some good pitching, and you mentioned that.
Yeah, but the Red Sox don't have great starting pitching. Like you don't shaking your boots at Red Sox pitching.
No, because especially since in every game to the Red Sox, we got to the bullpen at a decent time.
Yeah, that's another thing, right? The pitchers aren't going deep in games. Now, it is true that, all these teams have relievers out there throwing 99 miles per hour. But man, it's I expected our team to give up a lot of runs. I did not expect to look up 9 games in and see us only have 2 players with a batting average above 229.
Now,
2 players.
All right. Now, I'll be a little defensive and point out that it's only been 9 games.
Yes.
So you get a hot streak of 3 games, and suddenly your average looks decent.
Yep. It's true. It's true.
So
it just takes a good week, and
it's a really small sample size. So just like Mountcastle struggles in the outfield, you got to give these guys time.
Yep. I mean, Cedric Mullins has an on-base percentage of .512. He gets on base over half the time. I don't think that's going to last all year. Just like I don't think Trey Mancini batting 189 will last all year.
Yeah. No. If Cedric Mullins keeps this up all year, then build a statue to him. Yeah. He's going to be better numbers than Ted Williams.
Yeah, which means Michael Elias will probably get rid of him in July.
Right. Exactly. Think of what we can get for him in July. So, yeah. Did you like Saturday night, the extra innings, man on second? Now that you got to see it in person, did you feel the extra intensity of it starting with a guy on second right away? For the Orioles, it was McKenna.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, we were already down by 2 runs.
Yeah, which kind of sucked.
And McKenna was afraid to go to third.
Yeah.
But no, like I didn't like it on Saturday because the Orioles lost, and it kind of backfired on us, and we had to go out there freaking Dylan Tate. Like I guess here's my take on it. If you're the Orioles, and you're in a bullpen game, I think the Orioles are at a disadvantage because our bullpen stinks, and so all of a sudden our bullpen stinks, and now they just need a single to score a run as opposed to getting several hits.
I agree. It and our defense.
So I think it favors teams.
Also.
I mean, extra innings favors teams with good bullpens anyway. But I think especially with the runner in second, it puts even more pressure on the bullpen, and again, it favors even more a good bullpen.
Yeah, or just having that extra guy who's not your 7, 8, 9 guy, just an extra guy. Which I think I turned to you in the game and said it's pretty nice to have Dylan Tate that can come out of the pen.
Yeah,
because somehow I expected Dylan Tate to be a decent guy out of the pen.
Yeah, and I think he is. I mean, I think he's
small sample size again.
I think he's our 3rd best option. I mean, it's clear that our best option this year seems to be Tanner Scott, and Valdez seems to be our 2nd best option, and then Dylan Tate, I guess, is your 3rd best option. Though, if you want to throw Plutak in there, but he's more of a long man. But he's been our best guy out of the pen.
Yeah,
but he's more that long man role. So, yeah, I'm reminded of all the time missing Hunter Harvey. Like he would make such a difference to the back end of our bullpen, where you wouldn't have to put Cesar Valdez or Dylan Tate in that position if you had Hunter Harvey, another arm there.
Yeah.
And you're carrying 2 Rule 5 guys. It's hard.
Well, and I wanted to talk about the Rule 5 guys because I saw a lot of hate for Scroller on, I think it was Sunday he went in and gave up some runs.
No. Against
Saturday.
Boston, he came in the blowout against Boston,
Boston,
and gave up some
And
runs.
I saw a lot of hate put in his way. But he's only pitched so far 3.2 innings, and has 6 strikeouts. That's what you want from a Rule 5 guy. You want to see something there that you can work on. This guy's never pitched above Double-A. So he might. I'm trying to pull up. I'm not sure if he's even been in Double-A.
Yeah, and what I want from my podcast host is to say 3.2 innings. That makes me happy as well. But yeah, I mean, if you're mad at anybody,
What do you want me to say? 3 2/3?
Yes, the correct thing.
3.2 is the same thing, except it's just how you write it instead of whatever.
But 3.2 implies that whatever. It's a 3.2 is a number.
Gotcha.
Whereas
You're
more
saying
like if you could give me a
3.75 or whatever. It was 3.66.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
6,
right,
7
I got
round
you.
up. But yeah. But no, like I'm more mad about Sean Armstrong. Like I'm sick of Armstrong. He's
That's-
the Mike Wright swap. Seattle got Mike Wright. We got Sean Armstrong.
Yeah.
I was never a
can
big
I have
Armstrong
Mike
fan
Wright
to begin
back?
with. No, not Mike Wright back. Give me Cole Saucer. Bring Cole Saucer back and get rid of the Sean Armstrong character. But I think the good news is the bullpen is one of those things where when we want to win, we'll have to get our bullpen straight. Now you're just figuring guys out, which either to trade like LeBlanc back there. Also, why is LeBlanc still on this team? Boggles the mind, but he's there because you want to trade him. Though they're using LeBlanc as like a back end bullpen arm too, which I think is really interesting. But yeah, I think I would get rid of all LeBlanc, Armstrong, maybe even Fry before I get rid of the Rule 5 guys, before I'm off with their heads. And this is another example where it's 9 games. And if you like the Rule 5 guys enough to keep them on the roster, well, let them pitch some more, and then we'll see.
Right, exactly. I think that's the big takeaway from everything is small sample size. Let everyone just keep going.
Yeah, and again, like the other spots, it's not like we have a bunch of bullpen arms who are developments being hurt because we have to keep these Rule 5 guys.
Right.
Like if you really want to get young arms up here, you can get rid of Sean Armstrong. You can get rid of Wade LeBlanc. Like if you want to get the young arms in here, there's other guys that could take that spot.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. But again, let's give them time. Time for everyone.
Yeah, and if you see enough of them and you think they can't stick long term, then send them back. I don't care.
Right.
I have no attachment to Schroller or to Wells. I have no attachment to them. But let them pitch.
So as we're doing this podcast, Monday night's game has been postponed. So it'll be a doubleheader game on Tuesday, 4:00 and 7:00 games.
That's too bad. I was hoping you would have to stay up till 3 a.m. to do Birdland tonight.
I was ready to do it, but instead you get to talk about 2 games because you're signed up for tomorrow.
Yep, I'm not doing after both games. I'm waiting until after the second game.
I know you are. You'll take the second game. I'll probably hop on and do a shortened edition between the 2 games because there's at least 30 minutes between there.
Yeah.
So I'll hop on and do that. Maybe someone else will want to join me, but maybe I'll even come and join you in the post game of the second.
Yeah, the 4:00 game start is not ideal for me. I have the wife who works, and so I have kid duty for those hours, and I just can't get them away for 3 hours.
It's all good. But yeah, make sure you're checking out Birdland tonight for Matt on Tuesday night.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Yep.
Other news and notes, Josh, you want to talk about?
McKenna's up.
Okay.
Again, I don't know what to expect from McKenna. Is he supposed to be good? Like I know he got like a triple.
It's interesting. Like people like Fangraphs, I remember really high on him. They had him higher than you Diaz. That's the one I'm intrigued by. Like who's better, McKenna or Diaz? If you're talking about like McKenna seems to me to be the ideal 4th outfielder, right? Kind of reminds like Cedric Mullins, right? Really good defensively, probably a better arm than Cedric Mullins. Really good speed, probably up there with Cedric Mullins in the speed category. The question is, of course, defense is great. The question is, can he hit enough?
Right. He had a good game on Sunday.
Yeah,
but I don't know what to expect from this kid.
Hey,
another one of these outfield options.
Yeah, and again, I think the highest he's played is AA. I don't think he's ever played AAA ball, and so I think the plan would have been last year to have him as your AAA, starting center fielder. And I thought that was the plan this year. Like I'm surprised he got the call up so early, and the only reason he did was the Austin Hayes injury. I'm a little surprised that when DJ Stewart came back,
he wasn't sent down.
Yeah, they sent Pat Faleka down, which I'm okay with, but I'm surprised that they, kept Cedric Mullins. Kept McKenna. But McKenna is a guy that can help you, right? Because he can be a defensive replacement, and we have bad defensive outfielders, so he can be that late in the defensive replacement. He can be a pinch runner. He can do a lot of different things that I think can help your ball club.
Yeah, McKenna in 2018, he went up to Bowie, and then he played half of 2018 with Bowie and 2019 with Bowie.
Okay.
in
Yeah.
2020 didn't play. So that's the
Right.
other thing with these young guys that were not on the Orioles last year. You got to remember they didn't play baseball last year.
Right.
They had a year off. That's a big deal.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And so here's what I expect to happen.
Yep.
I think McKenna will be here till Austin Hayes, and then McKenna will go down when Austin Hayes comes off the injured list. And then I think that will be, what are we, like 20 days away from AAA and AA starting, something like that. I think about 20,
first week in May, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so about 20 days. And so then I think McKenna will fall right in to be the starting center fielder at Norfolk. And I think that will be, I think there's going to be a big year for him,
Right.
Even in AAA, to see
and then
how he handles that.
Yeah, and then he'll probably come back up when we trade one of our outfield arms.
Maybe
depending. Santander.
There's going to be a little competition between, and I know they're different players and they play different outfield positions, but I think it's going to be a fun competition between him and Yusniel Diaz. I think just those two as prospects, like who was going to be a better major league player? McKenna with the defense and speed, Yusniel Diaz with kind of the raw power and the great arm. Who's going to be a better prospect is really interesting to me. So that's a good kind of battle to watch in AAA. One playing right, one playing center. See how they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And which one gets called up first again. Yeah.
Right. The outfield is the first area that we're watching for prospects.
Yeah. I think that's
like the outfield class seems to all be hitting a little bit earlier than the infield class.
Well,
I guess pitching's hitting first.
Yeah.
We're starting to see arms.
Yeah. I think pitching and outfield. And that's why people are already itching for Zach Lothar and Michael Baumann, and we're seeing Bruce Zimmerman, which is exciting. I thought he's pitched. Bruce Zimmerman. Honestly, I just had no expectations for him. He was not as high on my radar as Alex Wells and Zach Lothar, Michael Baumann. Mm-hmm. So I've just been pleasantly surprised by everything that Bruce Zimmerman has done this year.
I've been happy with you. Of course, everyone's happy with John Means. I've been happy with Matt Harvey and with Bruce Zimmerman. I've been happy with the top three.
Yep. And you know what? I'm okay. I was curious to see Dean Kramer tonight. He had a tough assignment with the Yankees.
Right.
We did I remember because we did his Birdland after he pitched, and I thought he didn't pitch maybe as bad as his numbers said. Had trouble with some location stuff, and so I think the jury is definitely still on Dean Kramer.
Right. See what he does with the Mariners.
Yeah. Now Jorge Lopez is another story.
Lopez, I think I may have seen enough from Lopez.
There's two guys on this roster that I feel Michael Elias has an unhealthy kind of infatuation with.
Okay. Lopez and
the other guy was, I think this is true, that it was the first guy Michael Elias ever picked off on waivers when he got here from the Houston Astros, like from his old team.
Yeah. Who's that?
Ruiz. Yeah.
Right. I've enjoyed watching Ruiz play second though.
Yeah, but like he's a guy that just his numbers say he shouldn't still be here, right? He's never hit well enough. His defense is okay. He's played good defensive at second base.
He's the definition of a holdover.
Yeah.
He's a guy that when we get these shortstops, second basemen, third basemen ready to go, Ruiz isn't going to be here.
Yeah, but like, how did he outlast Hanser Alberto and Renato Nunez? Like, I don't understand how he's still here and this guy's gone.
Because we let them go, and then we realized we didn't have a second baseman.
Right. Well,
you can say Michael Elias is obsessed with him, but I think he kind of lucked into the fact that we didn't have a second baseman because there was no reason to keep him on this team until we got to that no second baseman problem.
Yeah, it's embarrassing, our second base position. It's embarrassing. I shared the number with Urias where there's only been 2 at-bats so far this year where he hasn't struck out.
Yep.
I don't think Sanchez was the answer. Yomar Sanchez, I called him a bum here last, at the preseason, at spring training, and I think he's a bum. I don't think Rio Ruiz is the answer either. And I know everyone's itching for either Jahmai Jones or Rylan Banning, and I hope that they could be an answer long term, but I think the jury's still very much out on them. Shortstop, forget about it. We got no one. If you want to argue Gunnar Henderson, the kid's 19 and people project to be a third baseman. Yeah, but he's still 2022 at the earliest.
Mm-hmm. So was Machado.
Yeah, so there's no help in sight at this point in the shortstop or second base position, and it's kind of annoying to have to watch this infield of Franco, Galvis, and Ruiz. Like this, it's just a bad infield right now.
It is.
Offensively, they're bad. Defensively, they're not that good either.
All right. Well, then, after 9 games, what is the state of the Orioles?
Well, I think they're up, right? Because we've had, even though we didn't win, there's been successful. I think the fans in the stands was a successful rollout, right? I think that all went really well. I think right now we're sitting. I know you can contend that you could argue we're in last place. I would argue we're in second place in the AL East, but we're just a game under 500, 4-5. I know the past, series against Boston. Like I don't even think the series against the Yankees was that bad. We took 1 out of 3. The Yankees are one of the best teams in baseball. But the series against Boston most recently was bad. But I know we could have won that one game on Saturday. So yeah, I'm okay. I think that I guess it's be lying to say the Orioles is up, but I don't think it's down either.
It is.
It's kind of flat, plateaued.
Yeah, if you're right. If up and down are only the options, it's up. I mean, when we have 3 pitchers that we can at least count on to go start games, that we've seen John Means is pitching well. We've seen that Matt Harvey is serviceable. We've seen Bruce Zimmerman getting quality starts. Those are all question marks going into the season. So the fact that those are working out is positive.
Yeah, that's a great point, Josh. And those Zimmerman pitching well, Harvey pitching well, Means pitching well is more important than Galvis not hitting, right? Like the long-term benefits of those guys playing well far outweighs how Franco or Galvis is playing, or Ruiz even is playing right now.
Totally.
Because Bruce Zimmerman, right, is trying out to be a starter next year. I mean, it's going to be harder and harder as these young players start to make their way to the majors. And Matt Harvey, if he truly can pitch well, like that's can be a really nice, could be a nice trade chip or something for the Orioles.
Totally.
Not to mention like a recruiting chip. Like look at we turned this guy's career around. And John Means,
look what we can do with analytics.
Yeah. So I think that could attract other pitchers. And John Means, remember the beginning of last year, we were wondering, like, was John Means kind of a fluke? And now, but apparently John Means was not a fluke because John Means has looked great this season. So that's huge news as well because he's our ace. And so, yeah, I think the pitching news is more important. And listen, if Jorge Lopez is not good, it's not the end of the world because we have a host of young pitchers itching to take his spot. And I'm curious to see how long that leash is with Jorge Lopez now at this point, too. Right.
And like you said, I'm not going to worry about Dean Kramer from one outing. I'm going to have to see more.
Yeah. And I think, the jury's very much still on Dean Kramer.
But John Means, ERA of 0.77. Let's see how long that can last. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
More strikeouts than no, not quite. 9 strikeouts, 11 innings pitch. So great start for John Means. If that can continue, he's got he could maybe be an all-star candidate again.
Yeah, I think, and that's what I kind of started the show with, where my takeaway was at the beginning of the season, I thought, oh my gosh, our pitching is going to be terrible, but our offense can at least score a bunch of runs. Now I feel that's kind of flipped, where like our pitching has been better than I thought, but our offense has been a lot worse than I thought. Right. And so I think both these things will probably even out a little bit. Like John Means will give up more runs, and the Orioles will hit more than they are right now. Yeah, because again, it's a long season.
Yeah, but I do think if I went up or down for every person on the roster, there would be more ups than downs. At this time, which is great.
Honestly, I don't remember what I said as far as wins. Like maybe 73 wins or something. I forget what I said, but I think that number is still very much in play this year.
Yeah. I agree. Whatever. I don't remember my number either. We did that last week, 2 weeks ago. But yeah, I think it was in the 70s. And yeah, it's totally doable.
Yeah. And I think, and I said it before, I think there's a possibility where it could get better as the season goes on because where other teams are kind of, have their guys, and if their guys struggle, they're going to stick with their guys longer. We don't really have our guys. Like if Jorge Lopez struggles, he's gone. He gone. If Sean Armstrong struggles, continues to struggle, he gone. Like we're not attached to any of these guys.
Yeah.
And when these guys leave, when Jorge Lopez leaves, if he keeps on pitching like this, or when Sean Armstrong leaves, if he keeps on pitching like this, they're going to be replaced with younger, I would argue, more talented pitchers.
Yeah, I agree. All right. You want to do a little ball 4?
Oh, sure.
You prepared for some ball 4?
Not really. I don't have much going on in my life right now besides yard work and baseball, but go ahead.
All right. I am going to start with I came back and on my flight in, I watched a little movie called Willy's Wonderland. It's a Nicolas Cage movie. Matt, you like Nicolas Cage?
No, not particularly.
All right. Do you like Chuck E. Cheese?
I'm a big Chuck E. Cheese guy.
All right. Here's the premise of the movie. Nicolas Cage gets locked in a Chuck E. Cheese. And all of the musicians, the little animals that play music, try to kill him. So he has to fight them.
This sounds like one of those stupid horror films you'd watch in high school with your friends, like Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah, exactly. Here's the other thing. Nick Cage doesn't say a single word in the movie.
Oh, that would probably make me like him better.
And so it's basically just him fighting. And it's got a great music and sound effects and all that. I really enjoyed it. So check out Willy's Wonderland if you want something a little different.
All right. I went through for my ball 2. I went through my my clothes the other day. Realized I hated all my clothes. I decided to do this freaking pitch. What's it called?
Stitch Fix.
Stitch Fix.
What is this? You keep talking about Stitch Fix. What is
Stitch
it?
Fix. Well, and I acknowledge, I fully acknowledge and fully embrace that I have no style, right? Like I hate shopping because I don't know what to buy. I don't know what looks good. I could pick the most heinous thing out, and I just have no idea. I have no style whatsoever. And so the deal with Stitch Fix is, you just tell them, your size and everything.
Okay.
And then they ask you a couple questions about style or whatever. I made Emily do it for me. No, I don't send a picture or anything.
So how do they make sure it looks good on you without a picture of you?
I don't know, Josh, but they sent me a whole outfit, and I loved every piece of it. They sent me pants, two button-up shirts, a long sleeve and a short sleeve,
and it all
a
fit?
sweater, shoes. Loved it all.
All right.
Now Emily tricked me because she had me try it all on, and I was like, I love this. Like these pants, I've never felt more comfortable pants in my life. Now, keep in mind, I've never spent more than $25 to buy pants from Old Navy in my life.
Yeah,
so these are like
this sounds a lot more expensive than Old Navy.
Yeah, and so Emily made me fall in love with this outfit, and then she told me the price. And then they get you with if you buy everything in the package, you get 25% off or something. So then I felt compelled to get it all. But I liked every outfit in there.
How much did those pants cost?
Without the discount, the 25% discount, I think they were like $74 or something.
All right, I'm not going to give you a hard time because I bought a pair of jeans that's $100 and I love them. They're the best pants I've ever had.
Josh, here's my concern though. My entire life I've been a $20 Old Navy jeans guy. And once you cross the line, it's like I used to buy cheap whiskey. Then all of a sudden you start to buy nice whiskey and you realize how bad the cheap whiskey is. Now it's Josh. Do you find it hard to go back to $20 jeans when you've experienced $100 jeans?
I have one pair of $100 jeans. I wear them almost every single day.
Yeah.
If I'm not wearing them, it's because they're running through the wash so I can put them on tomorrow.
So Josh just walks around in his underwear. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. I don't know what it is, but they're the best jeans ever. And I always thought jeans were jeans.
I did too. And now and these are different color too, which makes it hard for me because I never know what shoes to wear with them. That's a whole other discussion. But they're like copper color.
Like yellow?
No, like kind of that mud, copper, like a brown, orange color.
But they're jeans?
Yeah, but they're jeans material.
I am a strictly blue jeans guy.
Okay. I like these because these are jeans, but you can also wear them to work as semi-professional dress because they're not the blue jeans.
Yeah. All right. But I think you can get away with that with any jeans now, can't you? Or not as a teacher?
I don't know. We still have jeans day. So I feel like you have to wear those on special. Every Friday is really jeans day.
Well, that's cool. I'm glad.
Now with online school, teachers wear trash to school.
Right. Sometimes. I'm glad that worked out for you.
Yeah, no, I'm a fan, so I have it coming. I don't like how expensive it is, but I try not to think about it. But I have one coming now. I think once a month. So I got another box coming next month.
Yeah, I so this is what, do you see this on Instagram or something?
How did I see it?
Yeah.
I
Emma
first
gets
heard
one of these boxes in the mail too. She
Huh?
does the same. Emma gets one of these boxes in the
she
mail
does?
too. Yeah.
No, I first heard Dad talking about it, and
Okay.
that's how I got into it. And then I asked Emily about it, and was like, yeah, "Everyone's doing it. Our
So-
sister Laura does it. Our mom.
So you got
does it.
your
Everyone's
clothes
doing it."
advice from a 60-year-old man.
Well, it was nice clothes. He had some nice clothes. And I tell you what, you should buy Stitch Fish stock now. I don't know what the stock price is at, but you should buy some stock because now everyone I know is doing it.
Forget
And I'm a
stock.
cheapskate. I'm
do you
doing
do you have a promo code that saves me some money?
Yeah, I do. I'll send you an email. I get I get a referral code.
All right, guys.
Um,
I'll check that out. I can use some nice clothes
Yeah.
because all I have is one pair of jeans.
Yeah, like that's I was just going through my clothes. I was like, I can get rid of all of you because I hate all of you clothes. And I feel like I wear 2 outfits to work every day. So I wanted some nice stuff I could wear.
All right. There's
to
an
work.
ad on Instagram that keeps getting me, or Facebook, or on one of these, where it's a t-shirt company.
Yeah.
And all they do is, it's like the underwear company, MyUndies, that sends you underwear once a month, but they just send you
not my undies. Me undies.
MeUndies. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Not a sponsor.
But listen
this
to any other
company-
podcast and you will find
Right,
it.
exactly. This company sends you a t-shirt a month, but it's just a plain solid color t-shirt that all has
Oh.
the same fit, but every month it's a different color.
Oh.
And I would have been so tempted to throw out all the clothes in my closet and just sign up to this t-shirt company.
Yeah.
So then I have the exact same shirt, same fit, everything every day, but a different color.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, well, that's what I like. I'm wearing now. That's why I like the plain color T-shirt. I could get.
I
mine
like
now,
this
too.
idea of the internet dressing us
Yeah.
instead of having to figure it out ourselves.
Well, hold up. The internet's not dressing me. I got a personalized note, Josh, from Victoria. Victoria picked up my outfit, and I said, "Next box, Victoria, do it again." So Victoria might not be. Victoria might be butch in the Philippines. I don't know, but Victoria is my stylist, and I'm a fan.
Yeah, the only thing I'm stuck on is that they got you all your clothes and colors and stuff without seeing you.
Never saw me.
That's weird to me.
Yeah. They got all my sizes, and they do a couple questions about my style, kind of what I like. And then
Okay.
they just pick.
All right, I'm gonna check it out. My ball 3. I feel like I say a bunch of internet and movies and shows and stuff, so I'm gonna recommend a restaurant because I went out to eat on Saturday when I was in Baltimore, and I went to Chad's Barbecue in Annapolis. Have you ever been here?
No, never heard of it.
Small little barbecue place with outdoor seating, bunch of picnic tables, really good barbecue. So check out Chad's Barbecue in Annapolis.
Okay.
That's my ball 3.
I went out to Indianapolis too. I'll throw out my recommendation restaurant.
All right.
I went out to Indianapolis too.
Where'd you go?
This is not a
Subway?
No, I went to out there Parole, walking around Parole with Silas, and we went outside seating to Gordon Biersch right there in Parole.
Oh, I'm surprised that place is still there. Okay.
Yeah, I know it's been there for a while, and that's true because they have a high turnover with restaurants down there. But yeah, that place is still there. We sat outside; it was nice.
I was at BWI Sunday morning, and I had one thing I was determined to get, which was Lido's, because I didn't get Lido's while I was in town, and Lido's is
You
my
love your
favorite.
Lido's, yeah.
So I was over at Lido's getting some Lido's, and I saw this family walking down is it the tarmac? Is that what you call that walkway?
Yeah.
Outside all the gates, and the kid, who's like a middle school kid, starts screaming to his dad, "They've got a Subway here. We got to go to Subway." This kid was like, "It's been forever since I've been to Subway." I want to know where this kid lives, where he flew from, that Subways aren't on every street corner. Because you can't get away from Subways. They're the biggest restaurant in the world.
They are. I shared this fun fact before. More Subway restaurants than any other restaurant in the entire world. They're the most common fast food place. More than McDonald's, more than anywhere. It's Subway.
Right. I know. I saw Subway in Africa.
Yep. Subway in
didn't
Zambia. Hit that up.
Did you go to the Subway in Zambia?
I went to Subway in Zambia. Very skimpy on the meat.
I was
Subway in
outside.
Zambia.
I was outside
Very
the
skimpy.
Subway. I was outside the Subway on the Zambia, And I said, I don't think I will buy any meat, and I don't trust the refrigeration process of the Subway in Zambia.
Oh no, it was a delicious sub, but it was like mostly bread and a little bit of cheese and very little meat.
Gotcha.
Not like I was expecting.
Right.
But it was a Subway.
All right. Well, despite the rain, we had another great episode of 336.
Yep. So, and the Orioles didn't lose tonight, so that's a win.
Right. So, Braves 2 tomorrow.
Win 2 tomorrow.
Maybe so.
Then we'll be above 500 and probably sitting alone in second place. Sounds good to me.
Well, remember, everyone else plays tonight.
Okay.
Maybe. It's a Monday. A lot of people probably have off days.
Yeah. But you're assuming that they'll
Well,
win tonight
right.
and win tomorrow?
Red Sox are not playing today. Their game got postponed. So, yeah, we'll be all right. 2 wins
yeah.
tomorrow. You're right. That'll push us.
Oh, yeah. They got postponed for other reasons.
Yeah, I didn't want to talk about that on the podcast. Figure
Okay.
we no need to get into politics.
Oh, yeah. No, we would never.
All right.
Thanks for listening, boys and girls. You can join our Patreon. You can follow us on all the social media sites, including Twitter and Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter at Section336. You can follow Josh on Twitter.
At Josh Soroka. Rate and review over on iTunes.
Yep. And make sure you're following at Birdland Sports as well for all our post-game coverage.
Yeah, we'll be on that a lot this week. So check that out.
Yeah, you'll see some of my face and a lot of Josh's face on there. Thanks for listening, boys and girls. And as always, go O's.